Yesterday, Issa Tchiroma Bakari sent an emotional message to the military, to the Cameroon government, urging them to stand on the side of the population, that the Cameroon army and the police are not army of repression. He said, you are not the instrument of a man or a regime. You save one master, the sovereign people of Cameroon. This is Issa Tchiroma Bakari. I believe he is doing everything possible to win the military. And if Issa Tchiroma Bakari has majority of the military on the side of the people, then President Paul Biya is gone. I believe if you have been following TFA Talking for maybe a year today, you will understand that I point an accusing finger to the common police and the common military, that these are the people keeping President Paul Biya and the CPDM in power, because President Paul Biya do not have the power to go out there and stop or fight or even hold AK-47. He cannot even carry it up. But the common police and the common military are the one happy. So if Issa Tchiroma Bakari successfully win these people, the conscience of these people toward the population, then the government of President Paul Biya will escape overnight. If they come to discover that, if they give an instruction to the military, they will not obey, or to the police, they will not obey, they will disappear that very night. Some of them will not have means to travel abroad. They will just sit like this and evaporate. Because the common police and the common military are the one helping them. The top general, they don't go anywhere. They are just sitting in their offices and they give orders to the poor Cameroonians, frustrated Cameroonians that they have deceived to go after their own brothers and sisters. This is TFA Talking Point. And if this is our first time, I'm going to appeal with you that you should subscribe to TFA Talking Point and also share this video. Drop your own comment. I'm going to be reading some of the things posted by Minimofo concerning the speech of Issa Tchiroma Bakari yesterday. And then the speech is titled, Appeal to the Responsibility of Our Defense and Security Forces. That is the title, Appeal to the Responsibility. You know, the main responsibility of the defense and security forces are to protect the common people and their property. But the government of President Paul Biya have turned them against the people. That is why we are having the Anglophone crisis today, or the Anglophone crisis escalated in 2017. That is why we are having, we have that terrible killing in 2008 in Cameroon, when Cameroonians stand up. That is why nobody can stand up against the government of Cameroon, because the government of President Paul Biya can the security, the defense and the security forces against the people. He urged members of the military and the police to act with a conscience and uphold their duty to protect the people and their property. Their conscience, their own conscience, to act with conscience. If their consciences are active, I believe they will not open live bullet on the common and the innocent people who are crying for help. So we are also passing through, using this means to pass this message to the military of the Cameroon government. To the military of the Cameroon government. Issa Tchiroma Bakari also says that what? That widespread frustration and alleged electoral fraud have put Cameroonians to the wall. That is why the fraud, the electoral fraud and the rigging, all the things that the CPDM are doing for President Paul Biya to remain in power is the main reason Cameroonians cannot stand again. They have been pushed to the wall, and the only thing is to turn back and fight. And who are they fighting? If the military will be on the side of the population, they will not fight anybody, but they will march directly to the presidency and remove President Paul Biya. But reaching the President Paul Biya will not be there, because if President Paul Biya have the information that the military, the defense and the security forces are not on the side of the government, he will evaporate. He will disappear with no time. He said, you are not the instrument of a man or a regime. He's telling the military that the military are not the instrument or an instrument of a man or a regime. The man is referring to President Paul Biya or the regime that have been in power, the CPM, for 43 years, eating, stealing, looting the taxpayer money. And then pinching just a little part of it and giving to the military. Even the top government officials is not reaching the common ones who are fighting on their behalf. So he is telling them that they are not the instrument or an instrument of a man or a regime. That you serve one master, that the defense and the security forces, they serve under one master, and that master is the sovereign people of Cameroon, the Cameroonians. That is the only master over the military and the defense and the security forces. That is the only master. The master is not President Paul Biya. The master is not the regime in place. So who are you going to take order from? You are going to take order from the common people, the sovereign people of Cameroon, not from those wicked set of people who are sitting up there and refuse to go home. He said, he called on them to refuse unjust orders and not to turn their weapons against their own brothers, sisters, parents, and children. That is what Issa Tchiroma wrote. He said, he make a speech. So he is telling them that the military, the defense and security forces should refuse to accept. And that is exactly what I've been preaching, that it is time for them to say no. When I was calling on the common police and the common gendarmes to stop receiving and respecting orders from their hierarchy, I was referring to the Anglophone crisis. But now it is a national issue where all the nations are involved. And that I'm still repeating that same statement. They should not turn their weapon to their own brothers, sisters, parents, or children. Because when you send that weapon there as a military or as a police officer, you don't know who you are shooting. Your children back home, they are angry. Your children back home, they are hungry. Your brothers and sisters, they are passing through hell in Cameroon, just as you are passing through. Your parents are not surviving. They are not living, but they are surviving. They are struggling to survive because of the government in place. So if you turn your bullet in the against the people, you are shooting your own brothers. You are shooting your own sister. You are shooting your parents. You are shooting your children. The military, you do not have a special market, place where you buy your own things. The only people benefiting in Cameroon are the top government officials. They do not pay electricity bill. They do not pay rent. They do not pay water bills. They do not pay fuel into their vehicle. They don't pay for anything. Even their dresses, they have dresses allowance. They have feeding allowance. They have house allowance. They have everything allowance. But you are the only one receiving little, nothing, the basic salary in Cameroon, 40-something thousand. Or even say you have stayed there up to, you are receiving 100 or 200,000. You have to pay rent. How much is rent in Cameroon? You have to buy food. You have to pay your bills as a common police, as a common gendarme, as a common military. But these very people are the one asking you to kill your own brother who want to liberate you. And you will go ahead to do it. Then within this scenario, who is the stupid one here? You, the military, the defense and the security forces. So it is time for you to stand with the population, on the side of the population, because they are fighting to liberate themselves and also to liberate you, to rescue themselves and also to rescue you. They are fighting to free themselves and also to free you, the common police. You are suffering, but you refuse to understand. And that is why in many of our videos, I ask this particular question. What is it that the government of President Paul Biya gave to this military, that they cannot stand for the truth. They cannot open their mouth to say the truth.